In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the new Minecraft Snapshot. So picture this. Minecraft 1.17 just came out and you're exploring the new caves. And what is this up ahead? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lush cave. Well, kind of. Because Minecraft still hasn't added the world generation for this update. So yes, I did hand place all of these blocks. But, in my head, this is what a lush cave might look like. But regardless, let's take a look at all the new blocks that Mojang added in this update. So we have the flowering azalea, the flowering azalea leaves, the regular azalea and the regular azalea leaves, as well as the glowberries, the moss blocks, the moss carpets, the spore blossom, the hanging roots, and the rooted dirt. We're going to go over the big dripleaf and the small dripleaf later. So first, we have the flowering azalea right here, as well as this flowering azalea leaves. And over here we have the regular azalea and the regular azalea leaves. So far, we can't do anything with these yet, but I'm pretty sure Mojang is going to add the azalea trees eventually. Next, we're going to probably go over the coolest thing Mojang added in this update, which are the glowberries, because these things can just do everything. So, as you can see, glowberries grow from these vines here, and how you grow them is you simply go up to a block, click on it with a glowberry, and it grows the vine. And if you want to grow the glowberries, just simply bone meal them, and as you can see, the glowberries grow, and to harvest them, just right click again. So yeah, getting glowberries shouldn't be too hard in this game. These glowberries can also be used as a food source, and they give you 1 bar of hunger, which isn't too much, but it's better than nothing, I guess. And lastly, if you couldn't tell, these glowberries do emit light, as this entire cave right now is being lit up by these glowberries, and they emit the same amount of light as a torch, I'm pretty sure, which is going to be really cool, as this is just a really nice looking alternative light source, and it's also more natural. So if you want to make like a natural underground base, these would be the perfect things to light them up with. Next, we have the moss blocks and the moss carpets, and pretty much how you craft the moss carpets is how you would craft any carpet, which is putting 2 moss blocks next to each other. And yeah, so I just placed these around the cave, and these are the carpets. So yeah, pretty cool. If you take a look at the ceiling here, you can see there's some pretty interesting things going on up here. So the first thing we have is the spore blossom. These things can just be placed on the ceiling here, and they emit weird particles. I don't know what exactly they are or what they're for, but they look kind of cool. So next we have these hanging roots, which pretty much act the same way as the spore blossoms. You can just put them on the ceiling of the cave, and so far I don't think both the spore blossom or these hanging roots have any specific use in the game, but they're going to be part of the Lush Caves, which is going to be pretty cool. And lastly, they also added rooted dirt, which is just a new block of dirt. I don't know if there's any use for this yet, but it's kind of just like coarse dirt, like another type of dirt. So now we've covered everything so far added to the game about Lush Caves. Next, we're going to talk about these two things. So another thing Mojang added in this update, which is really cool, are the big dripleaf and the small dripleaf. So we're going to start with the big dripleaf. As you can see, they look like this, and they can be placed on any block anywhere. And the really cool thing about them is if you stand on them for too long, they drop you like that. And if we just wait a little bit, it will go back to normal. So this is really cool, as it adds like a timed block in the game, and you can make like cool parkour courses, I guess, with these. So one way to actually negate the drop is to actually just shift on the block, and as you can see, I can stand on this forever. So that's one workaround around the the Dripleaf blocks. Also, I guess something just to note is if you shoot these things with a bow, they do break. Yeah, just an FYI. So moving on to the small Dripleafs, these can only be placed underwater, and it can't just be placed anywhere underwater. They have to be placed on either a dirt block or a clay block. And these will grow into the big Dripleafs eventually. One thing that I didn't mention about the big Dripleafs earlier is that if you want to make them grow taller, simply just right click on them with bone meal and you can grow them pretty much to as tall as you want. So this is going to wrap it up for all the new things that Mojang added into this snapshot, but don't leave yet, as they changed a lot of things about powdered snow and other things they added in the last snapshot, and I'm just going to go over them really quickly. So Mojang actually made a lot of changes to the powdered snow, and the first one is that if you shoot a flamed arrow through it, it will actually put it out. It's a little buggy, doesn't work all the time. I'm sure this is in the development, but as you can see, if I shoot a flame arrow through powdered snow, it's no longer on fire most of the time. So yeah, the next thing that they did was that pistons can now push powdered snow. They also made some interaction changes with mobs in powdered snow. So the first one is if you spawn a skeleton into powdered snow, if we wait long enough, eventually it will turn into a stray. So yeah, see, this skeleton just turned into a stray. The dumb part about this is the stray is actually going to take damage in the powdered snow, which I don't think should happen, and hopefully they patch that in the future. Next is that foxes do not fall in powdered snow, they can actually walk on top of it, which makes sense. Some other changes that they made is that you can now cut copper in the stone cutter now into cut copper slabs, and copper stairs. And the last thing that they changed is that Drown can now drop copper ingots, which is pretty neat. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Don't forget to leave a like if you learned something new about the 1.17 update. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with more Minecraft snapshots in the future. Anyways, my name is Ray, this is Ray's Games, and I'll see you guys in the next video.